Welcome to Soul Talk with Nancy Orland Weber. That's me. Hi. Glad you can make it. And let's go. My first thought was, is there a moment in time in your life where you see something about yourself that surprises you and you like? If you happen to like journaling, I'd suggest you write something down about that in a journal. I call that your first pivotal moment, where you're no longer restricted in thinking your choices, whatever they may be. You suddenly have more choices. You suddenly find something out about you. And people who journal have said this again and again too. I've heard it a lot and I've done it a lot. When we write a lot and suddenly we find something we wrote 3 months ago, 5 years ago, 20 years ago, and you go, I don't remember ever writing that. That's really good. The odd part I think of is, why is it suddenly good? And when you wrote it, you probably didn't think that. Right? So that discovery of parts of us that surprise us, I believe, is very important in our own growth and our own ability to expand our own horizons and goals and up our self-esteem and our confidence to recognize if we can do anything more than what we thought we can do. I don't care what it is, as long as it's harmless to you and harmless to others, then that's supposed to be a good surprise for you. Got it? Wow, I'm seeing a lot of pink, and it's not my eyes. Okay, so anyhow, when I was 6 years old, I don't know if I talked at all for 6 years to anybody other than myself, my family a little bit, and my girlfriend, Linda Moore, who I met when I was 2. And her sister was a fraternal twin, Harriet. And Linda pulled me out a little bit. But that's all I knew about me, shy. And we moved when I was 6 years old, not far from where I lived in Brooklyn. And we moved into a house. We had been in an apartment. And my mother one day said, sit out on the porch. And it was right after we moved, maybe a couple of days, weeks. So I'm sitting on the porch and two boys around my age come up and they say hello. And the shy me goes, hello. Well, and then they suddenly see a little boy walking by and he's wearing glasses and they both yell, hey, with 4 eyes. I think I looked like, what was it, Carrie or so? I don't watch those movies. They're not for me. But, my head whipped around so fast to look at them. And suddenly my voice went, everybody has problems. Just because you see his doesn't mean you don't have them or I don't have them. Oh, we're sorry, they said. I went, why are you apologizing to me? Go apologize to him. Get off my porch and go. You hurt his feelings. What's wrong with you? And then I thought, who is this opening her mouth like that? What? I hadn't spoken more than, okay, yes, thank you. I thought, yeah, Jekyll and Hyde, but no, I wasn't hurting anybody. But that was my first pivotal moment that made me wonder, is that me? I don't know, because I was 6. But it stayed with me because I had never experienced that in my life, the whole 6 years. That means I was in a shell. How many of you were ever in a shell, one way or the other? What did it take to break through? Or have you broken through? I'd like to do things that have helped me. So I'm going to share one that I gave it a shot. I made them up as I went because at that time there was no money. I couldn't take classes, courses. We didn't have cellular communication, Wi-Fi. We didn't have any of it. And I had paper, but I also had an imagination. And so I want to share with you one that made a big difference, even though it was just fun and simple. Got it? I always take 3 deep breaths. And if you know how, deep inside the belly, you're blowing up the belly, then the chest, and then let it out slowly. And so the average is if you count to 6 inhaling, and then count to 8 exhaling, 3 deep breaths will bring you down and let you relax. If you do more than that, fine too. Okay. And then if your eyes closed and comfortable, taking 3 deep breaths, I want you to imagine you're waking up, whether you have a night shift or a day shift, or you don't go to work, you're home, whatever the circumstance, you are slowly waking up. And the first thing you feel is the air around you. And it feels wonderful. It's so soft. No matter what, it's soft. And it's so funny. You think, thank you, air. I need you. And then you stretch. And you realize, no matter what your circumstance, if you can stretch even in your mind, not your body, whatever you can do, imagine your body stretching. If it's too hard physically, if it's easy physically, then you gently stretch. And you thank your body for the opportunity to move gently and open up the doors of a new day. And everything you do in your mind is about bringing you to the door of where you live, and knowing that when you go outside, whether you live in an apartment building, a home, or in the streets, wherever you are, I don't know, I've slept in sand dunes. So when you do, I want you to imagine that every being you see, whether it's birds, whether it's animals, dogs being walked, whether it's people driving by, every one of them is saying, hello, I love you. The mountains, the trees, the ocean, the pond, the dirt, the sand, anything and everything that you envision when you open a door that is part of the world, it's sending you love. And you're sending love back. Only in your mind, there's nothing to be afraid of. It's you creating an idea. And then take 3 deep breaths and open your eyes. That's it. I believe if you follow your own imagination, it leads the soul to know you will attract like-minded, good people, and you build your trust with them as much as you can. And any broken trusts, they are put in a place where they don't invite themselves into your everyday world, your connections. We've all had them. They can be our lessons, but not bitter. They can be what teaches us not to be sharply aware, so we are always looking out. They can teach us that souls are fine, actions not always. And so when we see actions that are harmful, and we remove ourselves, we learn from it eventually, whenever we're ready. So that's it for today. It's my pivotal moment, was being 6 years old. Whatever yours is, I would love to hear yours. I would love you to comment about it, because people read each other's. So if you will, comment. Tell about your pivotal moment. Have a great day. And thank you. Thank you for joining at Solo Talk. I'm Nancy Roman Weber, and I'm wishing you peace, enjoy moments when you can. Take care.